Now, a lot of you kids know I went to school for art, but did you know I majored in harmonic minor? Hello kids, and welcome to a new installment of Weekend Wankshop here with your good pal, Uncle Ben, aka the Jesus of Aristides. Today we're going to be taking a look at a lick that I made up just for you kids based on that shredder's favorite, the harmonic minor scale. The harmonic minor scale has its origins in classical music, but thanks to guys like Ritchie Blackmore, Uli Jon Roth, and of course Yngwie Malmsteen, it's crept its way into the guitar vocabulary and can be found in pretty much every heavy metal solo these days. Everybody's using some harmonic minors, Phrygian dominant, which is one of the neighborhoods of harmonic minor, or the diminished arpeggio stuff that all comes from harmonic minor. Everybody's doing it, kids. It's the cool new thing on the block. And because I want you to be one of the cool kids too, I devised this shreddy little B harmonic minor lick that will resolve very nicely to a B minor chord at your next Jim Jam Jubilee. Now the scale pattern I'm using is not your typical Mel Bay harmonic minor scale. That's the first way that I ever learned how to play it. I'm not using it for that because it's very awkward to pick. So this might be a little bit of a new form for you to use with your own harmonic minor shredding. But before we dive in, as always, we must hear the lick at stepdad speed. And as you kids surely know by now, you can find a full tab for this week's lick on Uncle Ben's Instagram page. Go to Instagram, search for BenEllerGuitars, and you will surely find me. Learn the lick, upload a video of you playing it along with the hashtag Weekend Wankshop. That way you can earn 50 extra cool points. Okay kids, so the B harmonic minor scale is the notes B, C sharp, D, E, F sharp, G, A sharp, and B. In any way, shape, or form you want to put that across the fretboard, whether that's this scale pattern, whether it's playing it like this, whatever. What we need to do as guitar players is ditch the idea that a scale is this specific fingerboard pattern. A scale is a specific set of notes and intervals that you can express any way possible. So as long as you're playing B, C sharp, D, E, F sharp, G, A sharp, B, you are playing B harmonic minor, even if it doesn't adhere to that scale pattern I just showed you. Now the pattern I came up with for this specific lick here is arranging the notes in sort of a funky way here, so that I've got 2 notes on one string, 3 notes on the next string, 2 notes, 3 notes, 2 notes, and 3 notes. So it's this constant 2 notes, 3 notes, 2 notes, 3 notes, 2 notes, 3 notes, all the way through this whole pattern. Now fretboard wise, here's what's going on. On the low E string I'm playing frets 7 and 9, that's the B and C sharp notes. Notice I'm beginning with my middle finger here. On the A string, we're going to have D, E, F sharp. That's the frets 5, 7, and 9. Now, that's the F sharp note. I should be playing the G note next in the scale, but that didn't adhere with my 2 notes, 3 notes idea. So what we're going to do here is skip the G note and just go straight into the A sharp, which is the fret number 8 on the D string. Fret number 9 on the D string is your next note. That's B again. Next on the G string, we're going to have C sharp, D, E, which is fret 6, 7, 9. 2 notes here on the B string, F sharp and G, fret 7 and 8. So even though I skipped the G earlier in the scale, I brought it back right here. And then on the high E string here, I'm going to have 6, 7, and 9, A sharp, B, and C sharp. So once again, that pattern is from low to high here. 7, 9, 5, 7, 9, 8, 9, 6, 7, 9, 7, 8, 6, 7, 9. Get really familiar with that pattern, and then we'll get into how the lick is phrased. Now, as I'm sure you guys have noticed, I'm a huge fan of Troy Grady's incredible cracking the code lessons that he's put up here on YouTube. Search YouTube for Troy Grady, cracking the code. Watch everything he has to say. The guy is totally the messiah of alternate picking. He's figured everything out. One of the big things that he advocates in these lessons is playing with the pick with a downwards pick slant, like this. Not quite that extreme. It doesn't have to be too crazy. Just a little bit of an angle. You'll see that the tip of the pick is pointed slightly towards the ceiling. And whenever you pick this way, which is how I pick 90% of the time, what happens is that your upstrokes kind of leave the face of the guitar. See how my downstrokes go into the pickups? and my upstroke goes away from the body of the guitar like that. Again, this is a gross exaggeration. I'm not making that big of a motion. But the basic idea here is whenever you play with this sort of pick slanting, an upstroke is kind of two things in one. It's an upstroke, plus it's your string changing mechanic. It's what helps me get away from the strings and jump onto another string. So, what this means is that whenever you're playing even numbered stuff on every string, like 2 notes, 4 notes, 6 notes, it's great because you're going to be ending on an upstroke and then you can move to the next string. Think about your common pentatonic scale. That's 2 notes on every string, right? That's very easy to pick through because my pick is always leaving on an upstroke, which makes it able to change to the next string very easily. So the cool thing is with that in mind, you can start building even numbered phrases to accommodate that picking, which is exactly what I did whenever I put this lick together. What I did is I took the parts of the scale pattern that have 2 notes and just left them as is. So there's 2 notes, even number, great to pick with. Now with every other string, it's got 3 notes on it, right? Now if I played just 3 notes in a row, for one, phrasing wise, that's kind of boring. It kind of sounds like walking up a scale, you know? But what you can do anytime you're confronted with an odd number of notes like 3 is make it into an even number of notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the pattern I'm doing right here is I'm playing 5, 9, 7, 5, 7, 9. Lowest note, highest note, walk down, walk up. That's the way I think about it. So far in the lick here, we've got 7th fret E, 9th fret E, 5 on the A, 9, 7, 5, 7, 9. Next, we're back to one of the two note per string parts, right? So we just play those 2 notes, 8 and 9, just like that. Now we're back to one of the 3 note parts here on the G string. Use the same pattern. Lowest note, which is fret 6, highest note, which is fret 9, walk down, 7, 6, walk back up, 7, 9. So now we got next we're here to one of the 2 string parts again. So again, just play those 2 notes, 7 and 8 on the B string. And then on the high E string, we're back to a 3 note pattern, right? We're going to play 6, 9, 7, 6, 7, 9. And in the lick on 7, which is your root note B, which goes well with a B minor chord if you're playing it against that. So one more time slowly, here's what we ended up with. Shazam! It's really critical to see the importance of these kinds of picking strategies, of saying, well, if it's an even number of notes on that string, it's easy to pick. If it's an odd number of notes, it's difficult to pick, so I can turn it into an even number. You'll notice there's a lot of scale patterns out there that have an odd mix of odd numbers and even numbers on them. Like that harmonic minor scale I played at the first of this video. This is the first way I learned how to do it, and it's odd. You play 7, 9, 10 on the E, 7, 9, 10 on the A. That's 3 notes, right? Then I've got 8 and 9 on the D, 2 notes. On the G string here, I got 6, 7, 9, odd number of notes. Even number of notes on the B string here, 7, 8. Even number of notes on the high E, 6, 7. That's a huge mix of odd number and even number groupings. And again, guys like Yngwie Malmsteen will use patterns like this, but they'll strategize. They'll play the even numbered stuff just straight up alternate picked. And then whenever it gets to an odd number of notes on a string, they'll do something to make it into an even number, whether that's what we did, or they'll turn it into maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Again, 2 odd numbers combined always make an even number. So if I just play 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, that added up to 6, an even number, it's much easier to pick. Try employing some of these picking strategies to your favorite licks and you will have great success. So there you go, kids, a sick new lick to add to the good old wank bank. Bust that one out at your next jamboree and watch faces melt. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to stay tuned for more cool stuff next week. Follow my shenanigans and antics on Instagram and Twitter at BenEllerGuitars. Also be sure to drop me an email, BenEllerGuitars@gmail.com. If you want to ask about setting up some one-on-one Skype lessons here with Uncle Ben, drop me an email. We'll talk about rates, times, all that kind of stuff, and set you up to get you learning real nice. Thanks again so much, guys. Take it easy. Have a good week. See you next time.